Okay, this is day 312 of reading the whole Bible. Today we read Matthew 25. It picks up right where Matthew 24 left off. The end of Matthew 24 was a parable about how the day and the hour is unknown, and he finishes with this story about servants who are keeping watch while the master's away, and when the master comes back, they had better be found doing their jobs. With that in mind, Jesus continues Matthew 25. At that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins. The 10 virgins are 10 attendants of the bridegroom. Half of them brought enough oil prepared for watching through the night for the bridegroom to arrive. Half did not. It's a parable about being ready and a serious penalty of exclusion if you are not ready to go when the groom shows up and you don't know. So you need to stay prepared, be ready, anticipate his coming at all times. Don't think that it's going to happen in such a short time that it doesn't matter whether or not you're prepared. And don't think that you'll be able to time it like the wicked servants in the previous chapter. The next parable continues to build on this idea, but now adds in a little more detail about what's supposed to be happening. Instead of just waiting passively with the right materials, the parable of the talents shows us that we are supposed to be actively working. There's a mission, not just wait and keep watch, but to be on task. The master, Jesus, has something for us to be doing while he's gone. And so those who did well, invested, worked with it, grew what was given, they are rewarded. But the one who just buries it and goes like, you're just having me do stuff while you're not even here and you want to reap the benefit of that, so here's your money back, dude. Everything he has is taken from him and he's thrown out of the kingdom. So there's a warning to us that we don't know when he's going to come back, so we can't try and time it and wait. No, expect that he's going to be right back at any moment. Be busy, and also be fruitful, be doing the right things. The parable of the sheep and the goats takes that even further in really highlighting what he's talking about. It says on the day of judgment, when he comes in his glory, and now we're starting to get a bigger picture of like that at the end of days, the judgment day, when all the living and the dead are resurrected. And, this seems to be more a picture of that kind of thing where all those who are serving well, who seek after the least of these, lifting up and ministering to the poor, the oppressed, the sick, the prisoner, that those who need taken care of, who are less than in society, the least of these, they represent Christ, that we are honoring his mission and serving him as we serve them. And so if we do so, then we get counted on his right as sheep, as the ones who are part of his flock. In this parable, sheep good, goats bad. Not inherently that goats are evil, just need to know at least that much to grasp the point of what he's saying. The goats, who are false, they sort of look like sheep, but they're not the sheep. They get sent to the other side. Those who did not do these things, it's not just that they overlooked serving the poor and the needy and the hungry and the naked and the prisoner and the sick. It's that they ignored the mission and the serving to Jesus that he's expecting of us. And so the bridegroom and the 10 virgins tell us that we don't know the time and we need to be ready. Being ready looks like multiplying and accomplishing the work that he has left for us to do. And if we don't do that, it's no good for us when he comes back. Even more specifically, that will be judged. What did you do with what I've given you? And that's going to be not that our works get us in, but those who are invited in and given, by faith in Christ. This is the mission and the work for us to do. And I think we have to consider, what if Jesus is serious? What if we really do need to be doing this? What if this is an imperative piece of the work of the believer and on a larger scale, the work of the church? This is why it's imperative that we have compassion and stay on mission as believers and as a church. And so that, regardless of what else, if we are ready in that we are on mission, doing the things that Jesus has called and set for us to do, then it doesn't matter when he comes back. If he takes another 1,000 years to come back, then we will do a lot more good as the church in serving him until that time. And if he comes back tomorrow, let him find me, let him find you doing the good work that he's given to us. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, and comments. So let's talk about that even more. I'd love to hear how God is speaking to you in his word. Thank you for joining us in this. Be rad for Jesus.